All right, let's dive into one of the most incredible archaeological finds in all of history. We're talking about a silent underground army built to guard an emperor for, well, all of eternity. It's an amazing story, so let's get into it.
Our story here doesn't start thousands of years ago in ancient China. Nope, it actually starts pretty recently, with a simple task that led to something unbelievable. Just imagine for a second, you're just trying to find some water and instead you find history literally staring you in the face.
So let's set the scene. The year is 1974. A couple of farmers near the city of Xi'an in China are digging a well because of a drought. As they're digging, their shovels hit something hard. But it's not a rock, it's the head of a man, made out of clay. And believe me, that was just the beginning.
What those farmers had found, it wasn't just one statue or even a handful. They had just scratched the surface of this massive, massive underground complex. A buried army just waiting in perfect formation for more than 2,000 years.
So just how big was this army? Well, right now, archaeologists think there are over 8,000 of these life-sized clay soldiers. Just let that sink in for a moment. An army that's big enough to be the population of a small town, all buried deep under the ground.
And we're not just talking about soldiers on foot. Oh no, this amazing army was also equipped with 130 full-size chariots. Can you picture that? Each one would have been pulled by a team of horses.
And along with all those chariots, they found 670 clay horses, all ready to charge into some kind of afterlife battle. This wasn't just a symbolic thing. This was a complete, fully equipped military force, built to last forever.
So all of this just begs a massive question, right? An army of this size, with this much detail, perfectly preserved for over 2 millennia, who on earth would have the power and the vision to build something like this? And maybe more importantly, why?
Well, the answer lies with this man, Qin Shi Huang. He was the very first emperor of a unified China, and he was an incredibly powerful and visionary ruler. This is the guy who unified the entire country, standardized money and writing, and, as we now know, was completely obsessed with the afterlife.
You see, this whole army had one single, incredibly important purpose: to protect Emperor Qin Shi Huang after he died. The idea was to make sure his rule would continue totally unchallenged for all eternity.
And this was all part of a much bigger plan. The emperor didn't just want a simple tomb. No way. He wanted a complete replica of his earthly empire to take with him. That's why the whole army is set up in these precise battle formations. It's an exact reflection of the real military strategy of his super powerful Qin Dynasty.
Okay, so this is where we go from this epic, grand scale down to the tiniest, most intimate details. These were not just cookie-cutter statues. The level of craftsmanship here is it's breathtaking.
Get this. Every single soldier is an individual. They have unique faces, different hairstyles, their own expressions. And while the bright paint has mostly faded now that it's been exposed to air, they used to be painted in these vivid, realistic colors. But here's the craziest part. They were armed with real bronze weapons, swords, spears, crossbows, and these things were still incredibly well preserved and even sharp after being underground for 2,000 years.
So this contrast is really what makes the Terracotta Army so incredible. On one hand, you have the immense scale, right? An army of 8,000. But on the other hand, you have this intimate, personal detail where it's believed that no two soldiers' faces are exactly alike. It's a total masterpiece of both logistics and artistry.
But as mind-blowing as all of this is, this huge legion of clay warriors, it's only part of the story. You could almost say it's just the security detail for something even bigger.
You see, the army that we've been talking about is just one piece of a much, much larger mausoleum complex. The main event, the actual tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang himself, is still sealed. It has never been opened. It's never been excavated.
Today, the site is recognized for what it is: a treasure that belongs to all of us. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which means it's protected and celebrated for its incredible importance to our shared human history. It's really a testament to the ambition and the artistry of that entire era.
And that brings us to our final, and honestly most tantalizing thought. Ancient texts describe the emperor's tomb as this huge underground palace with rivers of flowing mercury and ceilings covered in pearls to look like the night sky. For now, it's all just a mystery, leaving all of us to wonder, what other marvels, what other untold secrets are still waiting for us right under the ground in Xi'an?